Hello, good evening. I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good
Yes, sir.
evening, sir.
I am not sir, yaar. I am also candidate. I am just checking my voice.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm also a candidate.
Hey Divya, hope you can hear me.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Amrish, thank you for interpreting. And for all the deaf candidates, please pin Amrish. And hi, my name is Prathana. I'm founder of Giftable. And is my voice audible to everyone? Yes, Selvaraj, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Rishabh says I can't hear anything. What's going on? So Rishabh, we are starting in some time. So the guests will join us at sharp 7. Meanwhile, we thought we'll interact with all of you and understand. Okay, let us quickly have everyone post. Why are you here today? Why did you join? You can put it in the comment. Why everyone has joined today. Okay, let's see how many of you answer. Why you have joined?
Can I speak, ma'am? If you don't want.
Yes, Sharad, please go.
Yeah, actually, there is a Salesforce training start inauguration, so that's why we just take like advise what are the going on. You will tell us how it start and what is all the basic steps like this.
Nice, great.
May I also speak?
Yes, Sudit, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Actually, we have joined just to get some insights how the Salesforce works and what might be the possible learnings and opportunities for us ahead.
Great.
प्रार्थना दीजिए थे
Yeah.
प्रार्थना दीजिए
Okay. So I want to know, explore Salesforce to learn new things. I'm enthusiastic to learn about Salesforce. Salesforce learn new. Other day I was talking to one of my colleague, Deepthi, and she mentioned it so nicely. So I was like, what do we do when all the people with disability join any course? What is happening? So she said, how many of you know crane? So what it does, it lifts some thing and puts it on the top, right? Wherever the right place is. So she said that is the role of each one of us at Giftable and organizations like us who do courses. So we play role of a crane where we lift what? Skills, people by doing courses. So each one of you, when you attend these courses, it's not a surety that everyone will get job. but it's a surety that yes, I have developed my skills, correct? Yes. So I have developed my skills. And Rishabh says, I can't hear. Rishabh, you want to, someone can post a comment saying, can he leave and join again? So maybe that will be better as audio wise. Yes, so it's very, very, very important that each one of us actually makes best use of this opportunity or any other courses that keep happening. So keep following our organization, different organizations that are doing different skills. It will help you improve your skills and make sure for future you are actually preparing yourself. The time is this time currently, if you see, not very positive, right? Many people are not getting jobs. Many people are trying their best. But at the same time, instead of taking it negatively, can I start working positively by enhancing my skills? Is everyone present? Yes. Is
Yes, ma'am.
everyone understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
Great, great. Okay. So, any questions you have? How many of you know what Giftable does? So, while everyone is joining, I thought it was a nice opportunity for us to interact with you. The team Giftable can answer your questions if you have any. So, in short, what we do is we work with people with disability and disadvantage on different aspects of their life. Now, why are we doing this? There are a lot of areas that still needs improvement. Just yesterday, there was a post in newspaper couple of weeks back that a child needs support for surgery, a child with disability. And just today we got a post saying the child is no more. Now, what was lacking here? In India, we still are way, way, way behind when it comes to early intervention. If we understand in age group of 0 to 6 that if intervention is done, if therapist can support, whether it is occupational, whether it is speech, whether it is different therapies, at least kids will be mainstreamed. Yes. So one of the area is health. Second area is education. Most of you are aware our education system is also way behind. Many a times we can't go to school because environment is inaccessible. So at Giftable we started thinking, if children can't go to school, can the schools start going to children through our inclusive education program? Then came livelihood, when most of you are part of direct training, directly getting interviews arranged. Um, Unfortunately, many a times we can't assure, although all our team members keep trying. And many corporates come ahead and give their best to have many roles open for people with disability. So one is health, one is education, and third is livelihood. I remember meeting one of the deaf girl almost couple of years back, and I was like, "You're looking very weak. What happened?" And she was like, "Ma'am, I was carrying. I was in 9th month, and suddenly water burst. I had to rush to hospital, but I was not aware of pregnancy process because I did not have any interpreter who actually told me about it. And next day she went to hospital. The baby born was dead baby. Now these are the cases that happen every other day in India. So can we start spreading awareness about sign language so that more and more people start volunteering and being more and more inclusive? So if there are a lot of volunteers today present here, please take a step to learn sign language. If there are people with disability, if you are not deaf, take a step to learn sign language. If you are deaf, start being more and more inclusive by saying, hey, you have taken the step to learn sign language. Thank you. Can I communicate more and more? That's when we can create an inclusive world for everyone. And that is what we do at Giftable. We work on health, education, livelihood of people with disability at one end and doing lot of awareness at the other end, whether it is through different workshops, whether it is through encouraging corporates, government bodies, health institutions to make their places accessible. I remember doing a session in one of the hospitals, and the nurse came and said, so we were doing a training and I was training them on how to support a visually impaired when they need help to say cross the road. And she said, ma'am, for so many years, there are 2-3 visually impaired coming in our hospital. But today is the first time we understood how to help them in right way. So it's very important to talk about different disabilities, to talk about being empathetic and not sympathetic. None of us deserve to be sympathetic. And that's when we proudly also use what? People first language. A person with or a person without disability is a person first. Correct? Yes? So today I can proudly say that in today's workshop, we have people with and without disability. Instead of saying specially abled, normal. Correct? Is everyone present? Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining on time. And we have another 10 minutes. Let me see if I can play a video which is on supplier diversity. How many of you know what is supplier diversity? Raise your hand. What is supplier diversity? Wow, Anand, great. Good. Who else? Supplier diversity. Have you heard this word? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am. Heard, ma'am, but we don't know the meaning.
Don't know the meaning. Okay. So supplier diversity in very simple word is when corporates or any organization buy products to support a cause. In simple words.
Okay.
So at Giftable, one of the project is also supplier diversity, and let me play a video to showcase that. Okay, let me try. Okay, share screen. Okay. Share sound. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, Ganpati.
Yes, ma'am.
As per WHO, 15% of global population are people with disability, which means 15 crore people in our country are people with disability, out of which only 1% are meaningfully employed. Most of the families are not just poor but have multiple children with disability, which means children do have multiple disability as well. Most of the time, the reasons are either water contamination or marriages among blood relatives. How do we reach out to all people with disability for their livelihood? The answer is supply chain diversity.
Giftable supports supply chain diversity by working on 4 capabilities. First is product design. This helps us in enhancing and increasing the assortment of products which are made by people with disability and our partner organizations. Second is optimizing supply chain. This reduces the cost of products which are being made and sold. Third is cost-effective technology, which helps us to scale up our operations and again builds efficiency. Lastly, marketing, to reach out to as many people as possible. The advantages of supply chain diversity is it enhances competition, advances market penetration, and augments community commitment. We encourage as many companies as possible to support supply chain diversity as part of their inclusive practices. This will create livelihood opportunities in areas where there are none.
So now everyone understand what is supply chain diversity?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, nice. Something new you all learned. Let me see. What all colors are you seeing? You can post your answer also. What all colors are you seeing? Rainbow. Oh my God.
Rainbows, cubic,
But colors. Which colors?
Orange, red, yellow, white.
white, yellow, green, red.
Okay. Close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes. I'm showing you the same Rubik cubes. What colors are you seeing?
Now blue, orange, red.
Keep your eyes
Yellow,
closed.
blue, red, green,
Black.
Eyes closed. Eyes closed. Eyes
Black.
closed. What color? Black. Yes.
Black.
So if I give this Rubik cube to a friend of mine who is either low vision or visually impaired, and I say, play this. Is it possible? My friend would be, oh my God, all the sides are black. All the sides are plain. Have I won the game? And that's when, with support of volunteers, with support of corporates, what we have done is tactile Rubik cube. Awareness, and couple of months, years back, one of the organizations said, can we get Rubik cubes? Now, how supplier diversity worked in this? This was made by youth with intellectual disability. And this is how we can support livelihood of more and more people. So very important is A, you all develop your skills, you all keep spreading awareness, you all keep motivating your parents, because at one end, our parents' fear is, what will my son do? What will my daughter do? What will happen? But keep encouraging them, saying, one day or the other, I will show my skills, I'll keep trying, and I'll get a good job in a corporate, or I'll keep trying. Please don't get demotivated. The time is not very good for anyone, whether it is for person with or without disability. Couple of years back, Akhilesh's mother came to us. Akhilesh is a person with autism. And she said, ma'am, I don't know what will happen to my son after me. And that is the fear of all the parents. Who will take care of my son? Who will take care of my daughter? So also understand their views. Keep motivating them. Don't worry, Amma, Appa. Don't worry, Ai Baba. I'll do something. You know, one day, Cisco organization, they said, hey, you know what? We want a painting that is done by any youth with autism. Akhilesh painting got selected, and this is always there on my desktop. And this is the painting. They ordered almost 2,000 pieces. So Akhilesh mother next day tells us, you know what, ma'am? Akhilesh is one of the breadwinner in the family. And it did not stop there. Next year, another company ordered, and Akhilesh's brother goes home with a hamper. They show this to Akhilesh. Akhilesh looks at it. Since he has autism, he recognizes the painting is done by him. He says his name, Akhilesh, and walks off. But for the brother and for the mother, that was the proud day. They went around and said, this is done by my brother. A family that was little shy to talk about a family member being a person with disability, today proudly talks about him. Same is the case with each one of us. Let us try our best to improve our skills, to keep learning, and showing that, yes, it may take some time, but I will do something. I'll show my work and I'll bring in change. And once you achieve that, please don't stop there. Keep motivating other people with disability. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, and we are on time.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now let me stop and hand it over to Pratik sir.
Thank you, Pratna. I guess it was enriching. It was, cool knowledge about supplier diversity, and somewhere supplier diversity aligns with ESG, and I see huge scope going forward. Thank you. So,
But sir, what is ESG? Many of them asking.
we'll do it after this. All right. Thank you. So let's start off today's launch inauguration. Thank you everyone for joining today's launch of Salesforce Developer course in collaboration with Future Skills NASCOM for persons with disabilities. Today being Republic Day makes this launch so much more special. I see a lot of folks have joined us on this call and on other SM social media channel, so YouTube channel, and so on. This in itself is a testament to huge scope for skill development and potential of such initiatives to create impact in a workforce of over 100 million people. That said, we also realize that potential of people with disabilities in organized workforce has not been fully utilized. In the spirit of Republic Day and Constitution, coming into effect almost 72 years back, I would share the wisdom of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He was the member of Constituent Assembly from 1946 to 1949. During the first session in December 1946, he said, "It is essential for any constitution which is drawn realize that their basic privileges, education, and economic are afforded to them. that there will be cultural autonomy, that nobody will be suppressed, that it will be a constitution which will be democratic in the true sense of the term, where from political freedom we will march on to economic freedom and equity. India got its political freedom decades back. Economic freedom is also progressing. There are ups and downs. However, the missing piece has been equity. Giftable has been pushing the envelope along with like-minded partners to build an equitable environment for persons with disabilities. Freedom will have so much more meaning when we achieve this goal of equity. I'm sure Dr. Radhakrishnan, along with his colleagues, would be expecting this from all of us. Without any further ado, let me introduce our chief guest, Kirti Seth. She is the CEO of ITS Sector Skills Council, NASSCOM. Kirti has been a business leader with over 30 years of rich experience in entrepreneurship, management, and driving change. Kirti is currently with NASSCOM as CEO for the ITS Sector Skill Council. Prior to this, she was heading the prestigious Future Skills Prime project, a digital skilling initiative that is a partnership between the Government of India and NASSCOM. In her last avatar in the corporate world, she was the CEO of the joint venture between Genpact and NIIT called NIIT Unica, a training organization focused on the IT and ITES sector. Over the years, her leadership experience has ranged from being a founder entrepreneur of a 500 employee organization, managing 2 turnaround stories, and was an advisor for learning and development to global organizations in NIIT's global consulting and advisory practice like Shell, Rio Tinto, Bank of America, and Quintiles. Kirti completed her BA in economics from Delhi University and her MBA from the IIM Calcutta, India's premier management institute. Along the way, she became a certified executive coach and a certified practitioner of learning and performance from ATD. She was certified as Scrum Master more than 10 years ago and has been converted to the tribe of Agile ever since. Thank you, Kirti, for being here. I would request you to share your thoughts and insights.
Thank you, Prateek. It's lovely to be here. And, you know, I was hearing, I got the last part of Pratna's talk where she was encouraging people to continuously learn and to keep motivating people. So I have to confess that this event, you know, you invited me to this event, and as NASSCOM and particularly part of the Sector Skills Council, you know, we get a lot of requests from IT companies when they want to fill positions with, you know, differently abled people. So because we get so many requests, I was under the impression that things are really good and our industry is hiring so many people. And because everybody has an inclusion agenda that they want to drive. So it's a very good thing. But what, you know, I mean, I know there's an overarching agenda. There's an agenda that we must increase the ratio of differently abled people in the workforce, because that's really something that makes a lot of business sense. But given that we are NASSCOM, I said, now I must go and find some data around this. I mean, everyone's saying that this is a very important thing and we must do more and more. But I said, NASSCOM does a lot of research reports. So I said, I must do some research about this. And I was very surprised that there was very little research available. Some of the data was available, but it was a little old. So I did what all good desis do, which is I called a friend who works in this sector, works with people with disability. And I said, tell me more. So he gave me a lot of reports and he gave me a lot of information. And that has given me a very different perspective. So for me, this has also been a learning experience to, some ideas you have in your mind and you think everything is fine. And then you actually dig a little deeper and you say, actually, it's not the way it looks to be. So thank you for inviting me and making me learn new things as well. So of all the information that I got, I'm feeling a little bit happy. I'll only say little bit, because the report said that the IT sector is where the maximum number of people with disability have been placed for jobs compared to other sectors. But then I looked at the number. Now, the report that he sent me, there is a number there. And it said 9,000 people have been placed between 2008 to 2021. Now, whether this number is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. The point is that even if it's double of that, 18,000 and not 9,000, it's still very small, because there are 4.67 million people employed in the IT industry. So if I divide 9,000 by 4.67, that's a very small percentage. And that's over so many years. If I just do the maths, if I say 2% people should be differently abled, or 3% people, that's like 90,000 people, or that's 140,000 people. So even a 2% number is so high, and we are only hovering around these numbers. So obviously there is a heck of a lot. Puzzle in my mind was that what is this? So many companies are calling and saying, we want people who are differently able and we want to place them. But there are so few jobs. So what could the problem be? So I did some reading and I did some viewing, because these days no learning is complete without YouTube videos. So you must see some videos, you must read some reports. So that's what I did. And so the videos told me that there is a classic problem of a mismatch between where the demand is and what the supply is. So there are jobs available, but people don't know where the people are who can fulfill these jobs. And now we are talking of people with disability. I'm not talking about all kinds of jobs. And your company says, I want to hire people, but we can't find the people. The second mismatch that happens is they have the job, but people don't have the skills to fill the job. Naturally, a company will only give jobs to people who have the skills. So that's why I think this initiative that you are doing with Salesforce and Giftable is really spot on, because you are skilling people in something that is a hot skill. I mean, Salesforce is really hot. It's a technology that is there so many jobs that are coming up because so many companies are using this technology. So by you joining the dots is a big service that you are doing. I think it's a win-win for everybody, because companies have the jobs, they have the jobs in Salesforce, they want to hire people with disability, and you making this, joining the dots together is, I think, a great service that you are doing. I mean, I know we are talking about Salesforce, but overall, this COVID has happened, pandemic has happened. And as pandemic has happened, everything has become digital. Suddenly, everybody is talking about digital transformation. emerging technologies, digital technology, artificial intelligence, cyber security. All these things are becoming buzzwords. So we said that, the question is, why has it happened now? Why has it become so important now? Actually, a lot of things came together at the same time. And you only realize it when you actually think about it, that why did this happen now? Why did all this digital transformation happen now, that everybody is saying that every company is a technology company today? I mean, who would have thought that calling a taxi will involve technology? Today, we are all using Uber, but earlier it was the Kali Pili that we had, and we used to call the friendly neighborhood taxi wala, but now we have an app. We used to go shopping. I mean, the word shopping comes from going to a shop, but now we don't go to a shop. We go to an app. We go to our phones. So shopping has completely changed. So everything has really transformed. And even though, as a result of the pandemic, the workplace has also transformed. The office has transformed, because now we are talking about hybrid workplace, that sometimes I'll go to office, sometimes I won't go to office. Remote working, I will never go to office. We're talking about gig economy. I will not even have a job. I will just do what I want to do sitting on my computer. So this technology has now become very powerful in not only offering jobs, but also making life easier for people who have difficulty. So we can use technology to help us. Now, if supposing you are vision impaired, today there is technology that will help to read out documents for you. And it's cheap. It doesn't cost anything. Every computer has it now. You can speak to the computer and the computer will respond and do things for you. So the technology is helping on both sides. It's providing opportunity. It's allowing you to work from home if you can't go to the workplace, or you find it difficult to go to the workplace. And it's enabling you to do a lot more than you could have done without the help of technology. Because computing power has become cheap now. Every cell phone is a supercomputer now, and all of us have cell phones and smartphones. Cloud, everything is on the cloud, so you can sit on your laptop and access any site that you want to do. And this means that there are tons and tons of jobs available for exactly the skill set that you have, because not everybody can do everything. Supposing you want to be a coder, supposing you don't want to write code, but you still want to make a program. So there is technology called low code or no code. So you can actually write a program without knowing anything about coding. You say, no, I don't even want to write a program. I am just very creative. I can think of things. I can think intelligently. So you can design something if you have an artistic bent of mind. But if you don't even want to be artistic, you can write, or you can be creative. You find it difficult to write, but you can speak into a computer. This computer can write for you. There are millions and billions of pages on Google. Somebody is writing them, no? So there are jobs over there. You could be an engineer, and you could be doing mechanical and say, but you need artificial intelligence along with it. But you need not be an engineer also, and you can still use this technology. If you think of cyber security, or you think of big data, now all these things, there are so many jobs available, which you don't have to be an engineer for them. So the idea of Future Skills Prime, Prateek mentioned Future Skills Prime, this was the thought behind Future Skills Prime, that these technologies are everywhere, but people don't know about them. They don't know the opportunities that they have. They don't know how we can use it. So can we create a platform that we can open to everybody to go and learn from that? There's a lot of free content on the platform, but there are also certification-based courses. But I was talking to Prateek earlier, and I mentioned, he asked me if the courses were accessible, and I said, sadly, no, they are not. But he said, don't be sad. Maybe we can think of making some of those courses accessible. Maybe you can think of using the platform in some of your programs, because so much of it is available at no cost or very low cost if it comes to that. We partnered with a lot of companies to bring them onto the platform, because so many companies want their technology, just like Salesforce is a partner on Future Skills Prime, and just like Salesforce is partnering with Giftable to skill you in these technologies like that. There are many companies who are doing that. So Salesforce actually took on a very ambitious target. They said, we will skill 1 lakh people by 2024 in Salesforce. And we said, this is the kind of ambition that we like on Future Skills Prime. After all, it's a national digital skilling platform. We must think big. So we love it when our partners also think big with us and take on the responsibility. And it's lovely, the kind of things that are going on, and how we are together with all our partners, helping to skill India in digital technologies. So I think the important thing really is that you have to figure out what is it that is your interest, your passion. And I must tell you a story. I was in a meeting with the Ministry of IT folks. They were talking about something to do with us, NASCOM, and all boring things. I won't go into that. But one of the things that they asked at the end of the meeting was that they asked all the people, there were about 8 industry people from different companies in the meeting. They said, what is the special training that you need to do with people with disability to help them become employable? All of them, and I'm not kidding, all 8 said, we don't need to train them specially. We can put them into the same training as everyone else, but what we need to do is find the right fit. Once we find the right fit, then there is no problem. People are smart, people are motivated, and they try very hard. So we have no problem in training them if we find the right fit, and we will train them the way we train everyone else. To me, this was a big revelation, because I think the ministry folks were asking, do you want money to train people, and do you want extra? And everybody said, no, we don't want, just tell us where they are. So we can do our bit. So Prateek, I think this is, and to the friend that I reached out to learn about this world a little bit more, I think the work that you are doing of bringing people together is so important. I think that's really what it needs, because it seems that companies are willing to hire. It seems the learners are willing to learn. We just have to bring them together and make sure there's the right fit of what they can learn and what they can do. So there is a very bright future ahead. And this kind of a program is just so wonderful, because it's a popular, as I said, it's a hot skill. It's a popular technology. There are jobs out there, and you'll be at the top of the heap, of someone in demand. So treat it like that, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Kirti ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kirti ma'am, we will require continued support. The whole idea is somewhere if we can touch 5% of organized workforce, right? Somewhere around 5 lakh numbers by 2025 or round about there. Thank you for your insightful inputs. I mean, these are very critical inputs, and I totally agree with you. Technology is way beyond just coding, and there are so many other roles and openings which have come up in tech space, digital space. Especially pandemic is an opportunity and not a challenge. I guess it's an opportunity, and we should stretch our arms and take advantage of it. Thank you, Arjun. Our next guest of honor, before I introduce him, I would say without the support of this organization, we would not have been able to initiate this training course. Would not be possible. So it's my honor to introduce Sanket Atal. He is SVP and MD, Sites Salesforce India. A brief introduction: he's based out of Bangalore. Sanket's current role is instrumental in driving the next phase of growth for Salesforce in India, making it a global hub for talent and innovation. Combining the best of design thinking and digital strategies, Sanket works with teams to build breakthrough customer experiences, leveraging his passion for innovation to deliver future-ready solutions and accelerating growth for Salesforce in India. He has a great passion for the startup ecosystem and has conceived of and launched the Salesforce Startup Program in India. Prior to Salesforce, Sanket was with Intuit, where he played a strategic role to further its mission of powering prosperity around the world, strengthening Intuit's position in India to ensure it is future ready to take advantage of game-changing opportunities. Under his leadership, Intuit became #1 in the Great Places to Work ranking, as well as one of the best places for women and people in the LGBTQ plus community to work at. Sanket's background is in systems engineering and managing large organizations. He holds an MBA from the University of Oregon and an MS in computer science from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He completed dual bachelor's degrees in computer science and mathematics from Cornell University. He also holds multiple patents, a testament to his passion for innovation. Sanket loves amusement park thrill rides. Next time I can join him. Aspirations. Personally, he wants to continue to focus on his running and meditation and carve out time to read regularly. Professionally, Sanket's focus is always on helping people blossom into amazing leaders. For the Indian ecosystem, provide the opportunity for more engineers to experience the amazing Salesforce culture and engineering excellence. Increase Salesforce engagement with the thriving startup ecosystem in India. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik. You got cut off, but just want to start off by saying namaskar to all friends and a very happy Republic Day to everybody. You know, Geetiji, amazing talk. Absolutely loved it and loved the partnership with Future Skills. And Pratna ji, we've known each other for some time, and I'm glad that the relationship is continuing. You know, what a great day to launch this fantastic course and partnership. At Salesforce, equality is one of the top 4 values that our culture is based on. We believe in having an environment where each person can bring their whole selves to work and do the best work of their lives. A person's gender, sexual orientation, religion, color, or disability should not pose any impediment to the quest of actualizing one's potential. Our endeavor is to have the workplace be a really good representation of the society we are in. Now, diversity and inclusion is incredibly important for all companies. It is not an issue of compliance or CSR, but rather it is a very smart business strategy. There have been numerous research studies done by various academic and consulting organizations worldwide, which indicate that a company with a diverse employee base does better than other companies when addressing customer needs. Now, what happens when you address your customers' needs? Well, the company does better and is prosperous. So fundamentally, it just makes good business sense to have a diverse workspace. Now, I'd like to introduce 3 concepts today. You know, every company has their lingo. I just want to introduce these so people are aware of them. The first one is a concept, something we call trailblazers. Now, Trailblazer is a term referring to the community of Salesforce employees, partners, customers, and others associated with the company. As a company, we believe in sharing best practices with our Trailblazer community so we can better help this ecosystem that we operate in, being better corporate citizens. And now, as a company, we have a philosophy, we call it 1-1-1, where we dedicate 1% of the company's equity, 1% of its product, and 1% of employees' time back to the community. And this actual program, this philosophy has been adopted by many of our partners who are all Trailblazers. So this Trailblazer community is a very powerful concept and truly helps us achieve amazing things. By example, where we have launched a fairly aggressive persons with disability hiring program in India, we encourage all partners to help create more diverse and thriving workplaces. Now, the second concept is something called Trailhead. You guys might have heard of it, but I thought I'll introduce it again. This is our program which provides online courses in all things related to Salesforce. There are a huge number of courses available. They're all available free of cost. And one can also opt to take certification examinations that greatly increase the strength of your CV or your resume. And like Kirtiji was talking about, in this day of the pandemic, everybody is well equipped to be connected from home. So you can do all these courses from home and become incredibly well trained. The third concept is the Salesforce economy. Now, this is a concept that was new to me a year ago. It's a concept from one of the top consulting companies in the world that states that by the year 2026, the Salesforce economy, which is actually a combined influence of Salesforce and its partner ecosystems, will produce $1.6 trillion in new revenues for customers. And I think more importantly, create 9.3 million jobs worldwide. Even in India, more than 1 million jobs will be created in this Salesforce economy. Now, as Kirtiji was talking about, this presents a huge opportunity for everybody because at present, there's so much demand for Salesforce talent that supply cannot keep up with it. What that means is that people with Salesforce skills are in very high demand. So by helping people get educated on Salesforce technologies and connecting them with their partners for employment opportunities, we are creating a win-win-win situation in which people get educated and they get amazing jobs. The companies that are hiring them fill very, very important positions within the company, and the Salesforce economy also thrives. So Salesforce also does well. So everybody wins. Now, a little bit about the program, people might know, but I'm just reiterating it. We all know that, Giftable strives to create an ecosystem of like-minded individuals to collectively build an inclusive society. And it aims to empower people with disabilities across several aspects of their life and support them in living a life with dignity. A very, very important mission. Now, for that, they are active in various parts, including health, education, livelihood, and training. And as a part of Giftable's upskilling initiative, they accelerate the inclusion of people with disabilities in mainstream employment. Now, this ties in with the demand I was talking about, right? So there are many, many courses designed. Today, we are launching a Salesforce course on the Future Skills Prime platform. The purpose of this is to create a persons with disabilities talent pool, ready for recruitment by technology companies for the Salesforce developer role, and to upskill the knowledge of working professionals who are looking for growth in their career as a Salesforce developer. This course is powered with a training delivery plan that's fairly aggressive. There are 1-hour classes daily for the learners conducted by the Trailhead Academy trainers. In addition to that, there will be dedicated hours to provide help with any issues the students might have. We are actually, as a company, quite aggressive in our ambitions. And for this particular program, our aim is to finish the first batch by 8th of April, so that these candidates can get connected with interested companies to discuss career opportunities and get started with amazing careers. Our vision is to collaborate with Giftable, creating a mechanism to promote cooperation in skilling, reskilling, and upskilling of persons with disabilities, and making them ready for employment in all areas, whether it's public, private, multinational companies, as well as startups. I'm very passionate about the startup ecosystem. Now, this program will support aspiring learners with appropriate programs that can get them ready for the job market. Furthermore, I'll just repeat, we will connect students with numerous companies interested in hiring people with Salesforce developer skills. So with that, thank you to Giftable for this amazing partnership. Truly grateful. We are expecting awesome results and hope to help a large number of people from the PWD community to get opportunities of a lifetime. Now with that, namaskar and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanket. Thank you for all your support and the team support, Salesforce team support. Once the course is successfully completed, our students will definitely try to give it a shot to join Salesforce team itself, apart from other companies. We are end of the launch. However, this evening is not over unless I call out and appreciate our partners and colleagues in this whole upskilling program. First, I would like to thank Shiva and Yudhishthir from Salesforce for helping us reach here. There were a lot of back and forth. Last couple of months, a lot of effort went into initiating this skilling course. Thank you, Yudhishthir and Shiva. I would also like to thank Future Skills NASSCOM team for considering Giftable, for collaborating with us. Also would like to thank and wish the entire employability team led by Bharat for building a robust virtual learning platform. Not an easy thing, but during pandemic, I guess last 18 months itself, we have raised our bar. We definitely can do more and we have to do more. Members spread across NASSCOM, Salesforce, Giftable for being advocates of inclusion and accessibility. I thank each and every one of you. Last but not the least, our COE leaders, our managers, volunteers who have been working with us tirelessly for different courses. And here also from morning, different team members were supporting and collaborating with Bharat and team. Would like to also appreciate Hemant for being our mentor, Amrish for interpretation, Arin for social media, and trainers and students. I know I would be missing few names. Apologies for the same, but all of you actually help us to enrich this whole ecosystem. And I'm sure we will achieve our larger goal of 5% workforce with disability, organized workforce with disability. And with that note, wish each and every one of you happy Republic Day and hope to meet you all in person in near future. Thank you everyone for joining today's launch.
Thank you, Prateek. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks all for this opportunity.
Thank you, Kirti ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sanket.
Thank you, Pradnam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best, everyone. Yes, we can drop.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Hello?
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 Hi, yes.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah, the launch is over. Inauguration is done.
Now? Yeah.
Yeah, since the time was fixed, there is a question people are asking if there's time for Q&A.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So Naveen, if you have a question, you can just post.
Is it okay if I leave? I have something else to do. If you don't
Yes,
mind. Yeah?
sure. Thank you, Amrish.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hello, I have a question. Can I ask you?
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
one
Go ahead.
question. Like you said, it is appreciable like if you learn sign language, right?